right. Well, we are here today with Molly Cagle, who is the Vice President of Governmental Affairs for the Business Council of Alabama. Molly, let me just say on behalf of the entire team at Yellowhammer, congratulations. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today. Thank you for allowing us to share your story, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. This is such a huge honor. And all the women on this list are women who I actually look up to and inspire me. And so this is a cool experience and a huge honor. And I'm actually looking forward to learning from the other women's interviews as well.
That's great. Well, let's just start in the beginning. The world of government affairs is not a very well-known world. What was it about that industry that drew you in? How did you get started?
So part of the thing that drew me in actually was the lack of females in this world. I have always been interested in politics and government, but always saw kind of a lack of women advocates and leaders in this space. And I just think women bring such a huge role to the table and have such an important part and valuable opinions and insight that kind of other people don't bring, and out of the box different opinion. And that was part of the reason why I wanted to be in this space. And I started out on campaigns, and I actually started out going door to door for candidates. And so I think that that's an important lesson to everybody, is start where you can. You're not too good for anything. You're not above anything. And even me now, and in my role now, just do whatever it takes to get the job done. Work hard, keep your head down, and be persistent, and you'll work your way up through the ladder. And that is how I got in, was canvassing on campaigns in college.
That's incredible. So shoe leather, that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yes.
So like you said, government affairs is an industry that has historically been dominated by men. What are some unique challenges that you faced as a woman leader in the public policy arena, and how have you overcome them?
So there are a lot of challenges, and to glaze over the challenges would be to minimize them. And so some of them are the fact that I am a female. I think that my opportunity for networking is smaller than a man's, because, I don't want to have a perception where I am networking outside of an office setting. And that's very important to me. I think your reputation is very important, the perception of you. But with that comes opportunity for me, because it forces me to be better. It forces me to be the best I can and be more professional, more prepared, and have a better command of the issues when I'm in either the state house or in a meeting or in a boardroom. And so I think that one of the ways to overcome that challenge is to just look at it as an opportunity, and be grateful for the fact that I am forced to be better because I am a female. And, some days it's discouraging, and to say it's not would not be truthful. But, just look around. I mean, right now, our governor's a female, the president of the Public Service Commission's a female, the president of the Business Council is a female, and so many women on this list. They're just movers and shakers in Alabama. And so I think whenever I do kind of get discouraged, or maybe think that there's kind of a ceiling above me, just look around and know how far women have come. And obviously it's the 100-year anniversary in August. And I think it's important to, instead of looking behind, sometimes look where we have come and see it as an opportunity.
That's so true. So in the span of your career, if you had to pick 3 accomplishments, just experiences that you were the most proud of, what would those be?
So the first one would obviously be being hired by Del Marsh when he got elected pro tem. He was the first pro tem of the Senate in 136 years as a Republican, and that was an incredible experience, a huge honor. I was very young and right out of college, and so to have that opportunity and to work with those people just helped shape me. Another one is being hired at BCA as vice president in my 30s. While I feel like I have worked hard, I do feel like Katie took a chance on me, and I appreciate it. And that is such a testament to her leadership as a female. And I think it's something that is important for all women to do, is kind of bring those around them up. And that is a huge honor and accomplishment. And the truth is, the third one is being on this list. Uh, there are no words to describe how honored I feel to be with this class of women. And like I said earlier, it's these are the women that inspire me. And when I do get discouraged, I look to these women and their accomplishments and careers as encouragement to know that I can do it. And I feel such a responsibility to do that for women younger than I am.
You know, it's interesting that you say that, because, you know, you've mentioned that you've been influenced by mentors, and that there's a certain level of sponsorship of people bringing you to the table. But you're a busy person, and you're a wife and a mother, and you have this compelling career. How do you make time to mentor and sponsor others?
So let me kind of circle that question first and say, part of my advice to the women I mentor is, don't let society tell you you can't do it. I think that growing up, we're all told we need to make a choice, or you can't do it all, but you can. I mean, it's okay to be driven. It's okay to have goals. Don't apologize for that. And I think that with that comes the responsibility. I mean, I am a wife. I am a mom. I am vice president of BCA, and I am a female in this world. And I think that those four all go hand in hand. Obviously, my family is a priority, but I think just as important as my role at BCA is my role of looking behind me and bringing women up. And so I just that's part of who I am, because the reason I am who I am is because of women. And so I think when you get there, wherever there is for you, whether it's a vice president of an association, or a doctor, or a lawyer, or a mom, or a small business owner, I think we have such a responsibility to look behind us and bring up those women too, because we're there because of women. Oh, Allison, did I lose you?
So, what has been the most rewarding part on this career journey so far?
So I feel like this is a theme with all the questions you've asked me, and this is the honest truth. And if you asked college Molly, I would have never thought my answer to this question would be, the most rewarding part of my career and my job is seeing others succeed around me, and seeing the people that work on my team and in our office, when they become the best versions of themselves and achieve their goals. That there's nothing I could do that would feel more rewarding to me than seeing others succeed. And if anybody has the opportunity to lead a team, or even to just lift others around you up, I promise it is the most incredible thing in the world. And with that, your light will shine, but others' light shining doesn't dim yours. And I think that that's so important in the world we live in, that's kind of become so cutthroat and competitive. I think taking a step back and realizing that, and just the fulfillment that you will get from helping others succeed is, again, far greater than the fulfillment I would get when I succeed in something.
You mentioned, you know, the advice that you would give to someone who might be aspiring to enter this role. Almost universally in all of these interviews that we've had so far, the ladies have said that one piece of advice they find themselves giving over and over again is really just encouraging females, especially, to be bold, to step up, to not be intimidated, to take on that leadership role, give that piece of advice. So why do you feel like that's such a challenge for women? Because you clearly are in a role where, like you said, you only get so many opportunities to put yourself out there and show what you know or to advocate for your particular beliefs. So why do you feel like it's so challenging for females to want to take that step?
That's a great question. And that's something actually, truthfully, that I struggle with. And I think all women struggle with it. And I think with that come, we need to be vulnerable. And even right now, I struggle telling you that it's something that I struggle with. And I think that that's a good lesson, being honest and transparent with people. But being our own advocate is something universally that women struggle with. And I don't have the answer for that. I don't know why, but it is something I struggle with. And funny enough, one of my primary roles at BCA is to be an advocate for our members, which I don't struggle with. And so I think it's just the inherent nature of women to either want to take care of those around them. And we just really look out for ourselves last, which is such a great part of being a female, and the world needs us to take care of them and build them up and lift them up. But it's something that I think that I could work on better. And I think as women, we all could work on is kind of being bold and knowing that we can lead and knowing we can advocate, whether it's for ourselves or our children, our families, or our companies. But we are just as intelligent and smart and capable as anyone else. And I think that having the reinforcement of that is necessary.
And does it get easier each time you do it?
I think it does, but I think starting is overwhelming. And so I think my advice to someone would be starting on a small scale and kind of easing into it. I mean, you don't have to, go try to take on the world and your first time, but even just standing up maybe in a classroom or in your small group at church and just talking and warming yourself up to those experiences, I think is helpful. But I really don't think that it's ever easy for anybody.
I think that's so encouraging to hear that people understand that everybody has those challenges, and the more often you do it, you might get better at it, but it never feels like an easy response. But it's so important to hear how important it is. That's Thank
And
you
I
for.
think it's important for everybody to know, um, that even when you look up to women and look to them for advice, and maybe they seem like they have it all together, none of us do. I mean, we're all doing the best we can. We're all wearing 100 different hats, whether it's mama or wife or small business owner or big business owner. And I think there's such a need to have women around you in a community where you can be vulnerable and articulate that. And I mean, it's hard, and let's not pretend like it's not. And but that also doesn't mean that we're weak. It actually means we're strong. And being vulnerable is strong. And looking around you and telling the women around you that, I think that only brings us all up. And I think it's so important to have a community where you can talk openly about those things and have other women encourage you that they're going through it as well.
Absolutely. Well, Molly, it has been such a pleasure to get to speak with you. And again, congratulations. It's such an honor for us to be able to tell your story, and we thank you for allowing us to do that.
Thank you so much, Allison. It is an honor, and I appreciate you all so much.